Yes, guys, welcome back to the ARKX YouTube channel. I'm Spill, one of the traders and mentors for ARKX, and I will just be providing you with our weekly Forex market report. So last week on JPYX, we said we wanted a bounce from here. If not here, we break lower, back to range lows down here. But one of our scenarios played out, so we bounced here. We've now mitigated this internal range liquidity, our fair value gap. Now the two ideas I have is we either flip and send, so break, retest, and then continue higher, or we reject positively back to the range lows, and then we can see what happens after that. So those are two ideas that we currently have at the moment for JPYX. Here we are with DXY. Our scenario played out again. One of our scenarios played out again. So we wanted a bounce from this key level, which we essentially got. You can see price mitigated this level. Let's go to the 12-hour. As you can see, we've also swept a key low. I think this is Friday's low, Friday the 9th of May. So we swept this low, and we can possibly see price. Let's get rid of these drawings. We can possibly see price trade back into this inefficient area of price action, come back lower. If not, we want that scenario where we come back and target this area here. So pretty simple what we are seeing for DXY. I'll be uploading the chart on our Twitter account, so you can have that there as reference. So please have a look out for that later today. So yeah. Okay, so here we are with the VIX. Let's get rid of this for now, because that is very, very extreme. But yes, again, our scenario sort of played out again. We wanted a sweep of this, not necessarily a sweep, but we wanted to see price mitigate this level here, and then fill this inefficient area of price action, and which we can see we're currently doing at the moment. So with this sort of happening, you can expect US 30 to be doing this. So if you trade US 30, this is sort of good to sort of use as an extra confluence. So with the VIX, our target still remains filling out this inefficient area of price action, and I'd probably say we even continue to chop higher into more areas of inefficient price action and so forth. Okay, now here we are with the DAX 10-year yields. This is in support of DAX Gem 40, Gem 30, whatever you want to call it. As I said in the previous video, if this is rising, you can expect DAX to be bearish. If this is bearish, you can expect DAX to be bullish. So one of our scenarios played out with this one. So we bounced from this key level here, as you've seen in previous price action, we've been able to respect that level here. Where am I looking for price to go to next? I don't have a clear idea, but I can expect price to do two things. Let me just delete this. I can expect price to either come back to this area, probably even sweep this low, and be higher. If not, we come back to fill this area here. If not, that I will be potentially expecting a breakout soon, which of course will cause not DXY, will cause DAX to be very, very bearish. So stuff like that. But that I think the potential of that happening, to be honest, is quite high, because Gem 40 does have a lot of inefficiencies below that we do need to fill in order to continue that bullish momentum that we've been having for quite some time now. Okay, so here we are with Euro USD. This is on a 4-hour chart. And I'm just going to walk you through to what I basically see for the rest of the week. Now, let me start on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, what we can actually see is we have mitigated a area of supply. Sorry, I used the wrong tool. We mitigated an area of supply here, a bearish order block, and we can see we rejected quite nicely. What am I expecting price to do is, I feel like this is a unprotected low. So I do expect price to pull back to that level. Let's even see how far we've retraced and see if there's any more. Yeah, so I see price retracing back to this level. Let's go to the 4-hour. Where exactly to? I don't have a clear idea at the moment, but on the 4-hour chart, we can see a mitigation here. Now I'm probably going to use this as my idea. So we have currently filled this area of fair value. We have also filled this area of fair value here. two scenarios I probably have on the 4-hour chart is back in here, possible flip higher. If not, I see us mitigating this level and bouncing here. This will be a bit messy, but we mitigate this level, bounce here. If not, we bounce on this unmitigated area of demand here and then higher. But we'll see. I don't have a clear direction too much on on USD, on Euro USD. My DXY charts will sort of help in terms of determine the bias for the week and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. Let's go to GBP USD now. Pretty much everything we said here sort of played out. We do in fact actually have a SMT, if I am correct, with this high here. So this is Friday the 9th of May at 2 o'clock. Yeah, we do have an SMT in the case where Euro USD has failed to break this high, whereas GBP USD has done so. Where do I see price going now? I see price probably pulling back to this level here. Let's use this to identify. Yeah, I see price pulling back to this level here. Hopefully we can get here to push higher. If not, I will see price driving down here, but I don't see anything for price down here, to be honest, besides this area of demand, which is not clean enough for me to go off of. So this is what I'm seeing for GBP USD now. So if price gets into this 4-hour area of demand, I will be scaling in lower time frame to catch 1 to 2, 1 to 3. That's pretty much it. So of course with these videos and these market reports, these are basically just quick breakdowns and stuff like that. Just showing you my deal for the week. You can use it, you don't have to. It's just basically me supplying you with the content so you can have it there as reference. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm right all the time, but I do tend to get my analysis pretty correct most of the time. And yeah, for more in-depth stuff like trade breakdowns and stuff like that, expect that with the VIP access. Of course, link down below in the description if you want to join that. You can also read the description if you want to know a bit more about it. But yeah, just going to do 2 more. I'm not going to tap into crypto too tough as yeah, I'm not going to tap into crypto too tough. But let's just look at the DAX at the moment. So again, DAX has a lot of areas of inefficiency to fill, in my opinion. And we have this area here. We have a lot of internal range liquidity to fill. So eventually, I do want to see DAX chopping all the way down, filling areas of inefficiency, creating a lower high, a higher low, to then continue price higher. Where could we retrace to? This is a area of demand here. So potentially we could see price trade to as low as this is our first level, second, and here is our third level. So we can see price trading to as low as here, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Of course, news plays a part. News plays a part and stuff like that. You also got to look at the yields. Euro USD as well plays a part with the German 40. And yeah, US 30, what we seeing? Let's check the weekly. Weekly, we are at this. We've reclaimed this area here. We are also still in a breaker as we speak here, but I feel like we'll validate this level. I feel like the next level for US 30 is very, very simple. I see us pulling back to this here, which means the VIX will have to keep basically rising. We'll have to keep declining to get back to this level. But as as the VIX declines, Yes, 30 will pump, but for us to get to this level here, the VIX will need to keep declining, which I think it's currently doing at the moment. But then I don't see any sort of areas of inefficient price action that we need to fill. Besides, when I go on the 1 hour, on the daily, sorry, we have levels here, so we can see the VIX basically being fairly bullish. Let's say we pull back to like around here. Um, yeah, we can see the VIX being fairly bullish to drive price down. And to be honest, the key level I see price bouncing at is definitely here. This sounds reasonable to place that lower high. We will definitely fill this area here, then come higher like that. So what we can expect is price to mitigate here first though. So that's pretty much it. Again, we do go extremely in depth with our trade breakdowns and stuff like that. We also got I've got my version 2 of my bootcamp coming. All exclusive only to our VIP members. Jez is currently sharing his bootcamp at the moment. His bootcamp is currently live. He's doing it episode by episode, so it's a lot of content and a lot of education, a lot of information, a lot of alpha that we're providing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a successful week trading, and yeah, spills out.